But there are companies like our company who are looking toward, looking to the future, the demands for lithium growth, say between 2025 and 2030, which is sort of the time frame I'm looking at. The lithium demand is going to continue to increase.
Miles Rideout joins me now. He's the VP of Exploration for Argentina Lithium Energy Corp, trading on the TSX Venture under the symbol LIT, and in the United States under the symbol PNXLF. Miles, welcome.
Pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Miles, this is a exciting time to be in the lithium business, with the price having, actually doubled since the beginning of the year and gone up by a factor of 5 in the last 5 years. So tell me about the Argentinian lithium project portfolio.
We have currently 4 projects in our project stream, and we're going to be adding another one shortly, but I won't be able to talk about that yet. And we're focused in northern Argentina in the district called the Lithium Triangle. They're all in the high plain of either Salta province or Catamarca province, both pro-mining provinces, and they're all exploration stage projects, but well selected, and 2 of them on basins with proven lithium reserves and high grades, and 2 of them are exploration, really sort of grassroots exploration stage projects.
The development of the Salar lithium brine base resources in Argentina, I mean, currently we're seeing 52% of the world's lithium being produced from hard rock sources, primarily in Australia, which, is kind of counterintuitive if one knows anything about the distribution of lithium in the Earth's crust. It's like, why has it taken so long for the South American portion of the global lithium supply to come on stream?
Well, I think that this is a young industry. So if you go back, say 15 years, there was a bit of noise on the investment side in lithium, but there wasn't a large market. And even say 10 years ago, the entire world's production of lithium was still small. It was a small industry. That industry is growing exponentially, and it will continue to grow. And so I think the challenge has been interest by the investors, interest by the industry to push things forward. There's a lot of potential here in Argentina, and we're seeing that the high plain of Argentina is changing yearly as more access is made and power corridors are constructed and things like that. And so it's becoming economically significant for Argentina. But I think that Argentina's involvement is really growing with the industry itself.
Mm-hmm. Sure. So then, in terms of the sort of regulatory environment, there are no barriers from the government of Argentina in permitting exploration of and development of salars, is there?
No, there's been no problems of that kind here at all. The 3 provinces which are the focus of lithium exploration in Argentina, that would be Jujuy in the north, then Salta, and then Catamarca. They're all pro-mining provinces. The provincial governments are counting on mining to improve the economics of the peoples living in the high plains. There's many indigenous villages and small settlements which are now growing and are economically more viable because of lithium development. And this is a trend which is just picking up steam right now. And I think that the Argentine government is looking at this very positively.
My last trip to the Puno in the Argentinian high plains, as you call it, the sort of the takeaway for me was that there was not enough water or power infrastructure to develop all of the projects that were at various stages of conceptualization, exploration at the time. Has that situation improved at all since 2014?
Yes, the infrastructure is improving a lot. as an example, there was a historic rail line going through a little town of Positos, and that historic rail line goes, in fact, over one of our projects. And that rail line's up and running now because it's exporting lithium. And so, to put things in perspective, Argentina had a boom period, say 70 years ago, and Chile had a boom period about 100 years ago, and things have slowed down since then. And so you'll see evidence of historic infrastructure or transit routes from a long time ago, which are now opening up again, and it's being driven by in that sector by lithium. In other sectors, perhaps by mining, more traditional mining. But in the Altiplano of Argentina, really lithium is what's doing it.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So then is the government investing in the infrastructure, or is it the industry investing in the infrastructure improvements?
Thus far, it's been industry. It's been industry from Canada, from Australia, some from the States, and from Asia as well.
Mm-hmm. So then does the improved infrastructure benefit the residents of the areas that it passes through?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's quite typical on our exploration programs or work programs that we present our work plan and development plan to the local communities. And one of the things that we're doing with these is developing access, because so the people have better access to existing facilities. They can get in and out of settlement areas to or the villages from their settlement areas. And so as our company moves forward, and all the other lithium companies as well, you really notice that more than anything else, it's the access which improves.
Mm-hmm. Most recently in the news, we see images of street protests in Buenos Aires, the residents protesting the IMF for its demands to be repaid for the money invested in the country. So there's some question as to the financial stability of Argentina as a whole, as there has been perennially for many decades. But so how does that affect the mining business or the exploration business as it pertains to lithium?
That's a good question. The mining business itself, in the long term, it has been a rein or a brake on development, because the mining companies do look at a long-term extraction process, say a 30-year extraction, and so mining companies do look for stability. The lithium has consistently been supported by the local governments here, and I think it doesn't have the same image as mining per se, and then the next thing is Argentina is such a critical, the Argentine brines are such a critical resource for lithium development, that the investment has come in quite freely. And the governments are very happy to see that investment. So I don't think we anticipate any issues on an official level, provincial or federal level, for the lithium companies to do work and to create or to build out their infrastructure for extraction and commercialization.
Okay, so of all of your projects, which one is closest to production or?
Oh, we're exploration stage right now. So we have the northernmost of our properties is called Rincon, or Rincon West, and we're on the Rincon Salar Basin, just west of the Rio Tinto lithium property. So this was a large salar developed by Rincon Mining, and that was sold to Rio Tinto just at the end of last year. And our property is this is our most advanced property, is on the western margin of that basin. And I hope to get the drills out to the property before the end of next month.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we've seen some consolidation of the industry in Argentina. Lithium America is buying Millennial Lithium, Ganfeng making partnerships with several companies. Is the is the future of the business going to be characterized by consolidation of a few big players as these deposits mature, or will there be more local Argentinian sort of industrial development around the lithium business?
That's a good question, and I don't know that we can see the answer at this stage. The industry is likely to become more and more technologically driven as you get to more advanced extraction technologies. They will favorably affect production cost and quality of product, and lessen the impact in the local environment. All positive factors for the industry. So I think that we're going to see the companies which can access the best technologies coming in here and expanding aggressively. But I think you can also see that there are companies like our company who are looking to the future, the demands for lithium growth, say between 2025 and 2030, which is sort of the time frame I'm looking at. The lithium demand is going to continue to increase. And so I think that you'll see a lot of smaller players coming in, looking at the exploration side to satisfy the upcoming demands and not necessarily the demands of today. So I think that, yes, you'll see big players coming in and consolidating, and they will be choosing the junior companies who will be doing the exploration and picking the best projects for development.
Sure. All right, Miles. Well, that's a great insight into the industry and a great introduction to my viewers of your company. So we'll leave it there for now. I'd like to come back to you in due course and catch up with you, but thank you for your time today.
It's been a pleasure.